The CDC has confirmed that the Zika virus is now actively spreading in Miami Beach. This Friday, Governor Rick Scott issued a statement saying, quote, "We believe we have a new area where local transmissions are occurring in Miami Beach." He goes on to say the suspect zone covers 1.5 square miles between 8th and 28th Streets and between the beach and the Intracoastal Waterway, a stretch that encompasses the city's central tourist area. So this is a concern because this is a very tourist-heavy population. Health officials have confirmed, they said at least 5 people have been infected with the Zika there, including 2 who live in Miami Beach, 1 person from Texas, 1 from New York, and another from Taiwan. Each have returned home but were infected while traveling in Miami. So again, the CDC is issuing a travel advisory, especially for pregnant women, that you should avoid these designated areas in Miami Beach. Oh man, this sucked to read. I don't know how you guys felt about this news.
So a couple of thoughts. One is I love Miami. I go there every year for a conference, but largely for vacation.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Like, are we supposed to infer exactly what you're talking about? With
I went immediately like, Jenka's a drug dealer.
Yeah, that was exactly what I went to, a Colombian conference.
No, it's worse. It's a television conference.
Oh, okay.
No. The
at least drugs would be interesting.
For the benefit of my wife. No, honey, I'm working hard down there in Miami.
Yeah.
But she knows. Anyway, it's sorry, Natby. Of course, I love your conference. I'll be there next year. Unless Zika is a problem. Okay, so now we don't plan on getting pregnant again, so Zika shouldn't affect me that much, but I'm still a little freaked out by it. And they were trying to pretend that this did not affect the Miami Beach. They're like, oh, it's like, originally they were like, oh, it's what is it, Wynwood. Nobody goes to Wynwood. Right. Like, don't worry about it. It's mosquitoes. They'll never fly over to Miami Beach. I'm like,
I also love.
No, but they said that. They said, oh no, mosquitoes don't. They don't travel that much. I'm like, then how did they get here?
Also, despite the fact that this is actually mosquito season right now. Like, that's what they're in the midst of.
When you were just reading that, I loved the geographical specificity that the governor said. He was like, between 8th and 28th Streets. Because no mosquito ever travels between like 7th and 8th Streets. Yeah. That never happens.
They never go all the way down to 7th.
I mean, this is.
I would go all the way to 6th Street just to be safe.
That's right. The reason why this is so upsetting to me is because I remember doing stories last summer, and in fact, like prior to that, about the inevitability of Zika coming here. And there were scientists, and we're actually pretty good at this stuff. We're pretty good at predicting the patterns of diseases, and we're pretty good at the epidemiology of all that. And they were saying, all we need to do is throw a lot of money at it right now, and we'll be able to get a handle on it, and there are all kinds of things that we can do to prevent it. Republicans blocked that spending in Congress, so it didn't go through, and now we are seeing, it's like just a predictable slow-motion train wreck that everyone was saying was going to happen, and now it's beginning. And soon enough, because we're dummies, it'll be spread across large swathes of the southern United States.
So part of it is the Republicans just can't see anything that's not right in front of them. So there's climate change. I can't see that. Here, I got a snowball. There's no climate change, right? So they're like, Zika virus, I don't see it. It's not here yet. And then you're like, it's here now. They're like, oh, God damn it.
And the people
the liberals are right again.
But they never say that. They never say the liberals were right again. They always say, what, Zika? All of a sudden, this is a national emergency. It's probably the Muslims.
You're absolutely right, Josh.
It's Muslim mosquitoes.
Yeah,
they have something to do with it.
Yeah, they will start with, no one could have seen this coming.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Josh will do his thing. Oh, wait a minute. 18 months ago, I did the story.
Yeah. Watch my show, for the love of God. Watch my show.
And then the second thing is they'll be like, no, yes. You think there's no connection with the Orlando shooting and these mosquitoes coming at the same time?
God.
They were probably gay mosquitoes, for all we know.
They're gay Muslim mosquitoes.
Look, there's a lifestyle on Miami Beach that was problematic, and where does it hit? Between 8th and 28th Streets.
That's
exactly where that lifestyle is. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying. So the reality is science is actually right. Although from time to time, they really say that mosquitoes don't travel that far. And I keep thinking, yeah, but then how did they fly?
Well, but also the people travel. This is the other thing.
Right.
People get bitten and then people go. Like, people move. I mean, it's not fucking rocket science. We live in a world where things move, where people move, where we live in on a globalized planet. You can expect that if scientists are telling you that there is no reason why a particular disease should not exist in South Florida, then that disease will exist in South Florida.
But I mean, I hear your point, but Mosquitoes don't have that kind of money to buy airplane tickets.
So, good counterpoint.
Excellent
So,
point. Excellent
thank
point,
you.
Jimmy.
So what do we think? Zika, should I be freaked out or should I not be freaked out? So again, I believe we're done. We've got 2 kids. We don't have to worry about the pregnancy issue. So if I get Zika, is it like no big deal? Who cares? So what? I'm going down to Miami Beach and it's only something that the pregnant women care about?
It's not fun, but it's not going to kill you.
So what does it do to you if you're not pregnant?
I believe it's sort of flu-like symptoms. It makes you severely sick. There's a very small risk, I believe, of contracting Guillain-Barré disease, which is a really horrible, nasty disease that paralyzes your body and kills you. But that's a minuscule chance. So basically, the problem is pregnant women. The problem is that there's this of microcephaly, where babies are born with very, very small brains, and that becomes an enormous public health problem, of course.
So
A lot more Republican voters. That's why they didn't fund it. Maybe that's what, like, we're losing our voting base.
Right.
We got to shrink some brains, and this is a good way to do it, right? You just do it that way. But the good thing about when the Republicans killed that funding to fight this is that the Democrats are really good at pouncing on something like that and making it an issue.